and welcome back to Operation Europe Path to Victory 1939 to 45. A Let's Play perspective. This is my second part. What I was saying before was I'm really an RPG man myself. I mean I I love strategy. I love RPGs. I mean a turn based or something like if you count this as no, this is strategy. Mid strategy. I don't mind strategy because I can put it on watch mode, sit back, eat something, and say, hey, I'm watching it. I'm watching something which I don't have to pick up my controller for, especially during a time which I don't really need to. There's no real need to, no real honest need. But as I was saying about video games, really, just to say, oh, well, we need to ban all video games. Not so. We don't. Really, honestly, if you really want to put the blame on somebody, blame the parents. I'm sorry to say, but anybody who has ever noticed throughout the years, since what, say the 80s, parents have been wanting to take control of everything. They've been wanting to be in the PTA, which they got. They want to be in control of what their kids watch and everything. That's fine and everything. But mind you, you know, I can understand if, their kids, they don't know any better. Granted, yes. But look, when you go to a video game store, think about it. They curve so easily just because their kid want a game that they have no clue about. Trust me, all the time I go to GameStop, and if I don't see anything, I'm just gonna leave. If I don't see anything that I like, I'm just gonna leave. Truly, that's what I do. I love going to GameStop. Sometimes I just want to find something that I can sit down and casually play with both hands, like a shooter or something like Dynasty Warriors or Sengoku Basara or something like that. Just swear to God, I'm probably going to get myself a class controller because my hands hurt like the dickens. Anyway, my point in all this is saying that if you want to really blame somebody, blame the parents. Don't blame the companies. The companies are only doing their job, which is basically they make games, and if somebody has a problem with it, you simply write a letter to them. I'll share this with you. Back in the early 90s, I used to write letters. I was about maybe like 18, 19 or so. I'd say, but yeah, I was about 18 or 19. And the one thing I used to do was if something didn't look right to me on TV or I had interest in a certain video game, I'd write a letter. I'd write a letter to the very company that actually made the game, and I'd ask them a question or a series of questions, like maybe two or three questions, and I'd send out that very letter that we usually either type up or write up, and simply put, I just said, hi, I'm a fan of this series and such and such and such. I have a few questions. I do have a few questions to ask. Considering that I have played this game, I have seen this game, I actually own this game. I'd like to know. I'd like to know something. That question is: are you going to do something with this game? Are you going to make something with this game? Are you going to, revise it, do something with it? I'd like to know because I like this. I like the series very much. So really, with it, I'd say within a week's time or 2 weeks, 2 weeks, I would get a reply in return from the company, from the actual company, and they say, "Well, wait a minute, really? They're such and such, they're such and such and such." Oh yeah, okay, sure, yeah, no problem. They give me a response back. I said, well, oh, okay, okay, that works. That works for me. That's fine. So I've written to I've written to the following, TV included. I've written to NBC. I've written I've written to NBC, Working Designs, and Capcom. Now, if I were to write to Konami, which I will eventually get to, because I've played a few of their earlier games, and I'd like to know if you're listening. Are you actually going to do a remake of said games? Because really, what we need is more retro. It'd be really funny, It'd be really funny to see a retro game coming back, and I don't know. Many would say, well, "What is this?" As compared to those who say, "Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I remember it. I remember these games. Yeah, it was back when I was such and such." Games that bring nostalgia. Just a big piece of nostalgia to the table. And I do mean it. Nostalgia is a wonderful thing. Nostalgia just basically just brings out the absolute best in you. So it's like, to me, nostalgia works. I mean, for me, nostalgia for the win. But like I said before, I'm not knocking anybody who has ever been a hardcore gamer. I'm a gamer myself. I used to be hardcore, but now I just turned into I just turned straight casual. To the Let's Players out there who have basically been in a slump as far as subscribers go, myself included, I really wouldn't worry about the people. If they like what you do, they'll subscribe to you. Don't worry about what they say. Don't worry about, you know, the comments you get. Because really, you're playing this game for your own amusement, just because you want to do it, just because you feel like doing it. Like I said, December I'm doing Shining Force, so therefore I'm trying to ready everything up for December, because really that's how I do all my games. I do all my games ahead ahead of time. So like I said, don't worry about it. There are plenty of things. I mean, there are plenty of people out there who worry about numbers. Uh, I only have 32 subscribers, and I may get like at least two or three comments. Two, maybe three, sometimes maybe four if I'm lucky. And I don't mind. But like I said, maybe I change up. I don't know. That's completely up to me though. But as a Let's Player, I am called underrated for a reason. I prefer games to be under the radar, because there's so many games that haven't been played out there, or they've been played once but they have never seen the light of day since, or that of games that were so memorable that some people just don't remember them. So with that, it's just, I mean, that's what I feel. It's just me, but that's how I honestly feel. So anyway, there's not much to really say about this game. I mean, it's a war game. It's by Koei, and if you ever seen the Genghis Khan, the Genghis Khan game plays exactly the same way. You just take turns shooting at each other, or hacking and slashing away at each other. Gemfire, aka Super Royal Blood, is the same way too. As well as, ooh, as well as get water. As well as Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Excuse me. So with that, there have been plenty of things that I can mention. But the very few is, to my fellow LPers out there, the ones I watch, just keep on gaming. Just keep on gaming, because it's our livelihood and we just need to protect it. Because we like to have fun. And fun is our business. So anyway, this battle seems to be coming to an end, so therefore, there ain't much to see except for these things just getting blued up and everything else. But anyway, I have been Pookie Izzy 7, the underdog of everything underrated. This has been Operation Europe, Path of Victory, 1939 to 45. With this battle going into a stalemate or a lopsided victory, the underdog has spoken, and I'm out. Later.